Punch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me tonight we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Happy little trees.
What?
Whoa, what the fuck?
You're not going to elaborate it?
Are not sentient.
We're just going to put this happy little rock right here.
Anyways, we got lots of things to talk about. Looks like Brandon's been playing some new releases. I got a couple new releases. Mm-hmm. Nick's got some new releases and some old releases. And you guys ready to get started?
Yes.
Alright, you guys have been playing Halo 5. Since that's a big deal. Why don't you guys talk about that first?
Well, it is a game that's the fifth in a series of Halo games.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong.
Actually, though, it's not really the fifth one.
Actually, yes, it's more like I did the math in my head last night. Probably there's a lot of math to do, but it's like the seventh game, I believe, because reaching
it's the eighth.
It's the eighth. I guess that's if you count Halo Wars, but
yeah, I wouldn't count Halo Wars, but I would at least count Reach. Maybe you could kind of call it an expansion if you wanted to, but
yeah,
if you really want to stretch it. So how's it?
I so far have only played the multiplayer.
So have
I have to say, not very impressed.
Really?
On multiple fronts. First of being, this is going to be my least problematic thing that I saw with it. The game, multiplayer graphics-wise, looks like poop. Like, it looks like the high-res Halo 2 maps that just kind of went and plopped it in the game. The textures are very bland and kind of like featureless. The maps themselves, the ones I played so far anyway, just aren't that. I don't know. They don't have like the same Halo feel as like the other Halo maps.
They don't, but there are a few maps that grow on you. Definitely grow on you.
They're very Call of Duty inspired close quarters type maps. Again, the ones I've played so far. I haven't played many. I played like 3 or 4 maps. And I don't understand exactly how the multiplayer matchmaking works yet. It's like if there's no unranked matchmaking first off.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you play, it calculates your rank as you go, and then seats you to a certain position inside of a ranking system that they have. Which again, I don't understand their ranking system quite yet. Why they didn't make a just casual playlist yet, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. Because like the first game I got into last night, so I picked the game up yesterday. The first game I got into last night, people were playing like super seriously, and like I don't play that game all like MLG mode, close to my TV with my gunner glasses on and my game fuel in my right hand. But I don't know. It just feels really weird. The gravity in the game feels off. Like when you jump, it doesn't feel the same as again the last multiplayer I played was Halo 3, so. It just doesn't have the same tight control to it that I'm used to. And again, the maps just don't feel quite there to me yet. But, I don't know. How you feel about it so far, Brendan?
I guess I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I actually really like the matchmaking system. I really like the online multiplayer. And personally, I would say, as like an evolution in Halo, this is about as good as you can do if you were trying to evolve the online multiplayer, because the online multiplayer is fantastic. I especially like the elimination match that's called Breakout. That is a fun as hell match where like you have charging shields, but they only charge after a very long time of waiting, and if you get shot, your health actually goes down. And you're trying to capture a point, like grab a flag and bring it to a spot on the map, and the other team's trying to do the exact same thing, but you can also win just by killing everyone. That mode is fun as hell. Also, the way the ranking system works is really weird, but I will explain it to you, because when I figured it out, it's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, you play 10 matches in each game type. After you play 10 matches, it takes, like, the total KD and win rate you've got, puts those together, and then gives you a ranking. Mm-hmm. Your ranking can be bronze, silver, gold, platinum, or diamond. those are the ranks that you can originally be put in. If once you get in those ranks, it's only going to put you at the first level of that rank. You have to continuously win matches. Like, you can lose one here or there and that sort of thing, but then you have to continuously win matches either way. And when you do that, you go up to level 2 of Diamond, or level 2 of Gold, or level, and so on and so forth. And whenever you get to rank 5, and then win enough matches after that, you go to the rank after that. So if you were in Gold, you would go to Platinum. If you were in Platinum, you'd go to Diamond, and so on and so forth. If you are in Diamond, however, you'll go to a special thing if you win enough matches called Onyx. Onyx ranking is insane. It means you're really good. It's basically the best of the best. But if you're the literal best in the entire world, you'll go to another ranking system called Champion. Inside that ranking system, you fight to keep that rank, because it can be taken away from you at any moment in time. And it's updated weekly. Only 200 people in the world are allowed to have it. And
I guess after you explain that a little bit more, it does make a bit more sense.
And it's like ladders. That's what it is. Like ladders with for instance, LOL or some shit like that. It's like a ladder ranking system. And it works really well, actually. And I actually like it a lot. I think the game is a lot of fun, personly. I think
it's not that I don't think it's fun. It's just it doesn't feel
compared
right
to Reach and Halo 4. This Halo is by and large just
completely. The only reason I didn't really talk about either those multiplayers that much, I didn't play them that much. I probably played collectively 10 games with them combined. I didn't play the multiplayer that much. Halo 3 is the one game that I played that multiplayer for literal years.
Oh yeah, I hear you there.
It's the last thing I can base my multiplayer experience off of. So, I don't know. I guess it's just a lot of getting used to. Again, I can't. Like I said before, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm talking about, but it seems like they take a lot of influence from Call of Duty with this.
Okay, so here's the thing. I really felt that way at first, before actually playing the game. When I started actually playing the game, I feel like the influences are actually taken from other games that are much better. I feel like it's trying to be an actual arena shooter now, and not just a lol, I'm so good MLG kind of game. So, because of the speed, the pacing, and the time to kill, I get more of a Quake and Unreal Tournament vibe. Yeah, you have the ADS, but like I tell everyone in any game that's like, oh, you get a COD gun because it has aim down sights or something. COD was not the first game that invented aim down sights. It may be the one that everyone, fucking immediately thinks of now because it's the only game most people think of when you hear first-person shooters. But the aim down sights really, really aren't that bad. And in games like SWAT and stuff like that, I feel it actually kind of adds a little something to the game in general. Especially when you're playing SWATnums, which is a game type where you can only use magnums. I
played that last night.
It's so
I got destroyed.
Oh,
but
it's
it was
so
fun.
It's so good. But yeah, I like the ranking system. I didn't really like the maps when I first started playing them, but as I played them more and learned how to play them and what the game wanted me to do, it got better, in my opinion. There's no Blood Gulch. There's no Hang 'em High. Well, there's actually a Hang 'em High or two. But there's no the main staying maps such as Blood Gulch, such as Lockout, even though I kind of think there's sort of a Lockout map, but the maps don't look anything like Halo, more or less. They look very odd. And that's why I spent most of my time playing the Breakout mode, because Breakout mode's a lot of fun. And it's essentially just CSGO, which is another reason why I started playing it, because it's CSGO Halo, and I fucking love it. What do you think about the microtransactions? Because there are a lot of people that's been giving the game a shit ton of shit because of the microtransactions. And personally, I think they're harmless
what exactly,
for what they are.
Are they? Because I don't think I even
Those packs that you open up.
Oh, those. But what,
those
but
are
what do they come with?
Like for $1.99, you can get one of the 10,000 point packs. So every single pack except the big, huge $25 pack that gives you packs inside of packs, which doesn't give you any kind of special pack. It just gives you a lot of the other packs. Every single thing you can get with actual money, you can get with in-game currency. And it's not that hard. An hour or two, and you have like 20, 30,000 credits. And it's not a big deal at all. And it just gives you things like stuff for the Warzone mode, as well as cosmetic items, such as like things you can use to decorate your avatar, or things you can use for your calling card, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And going back again to the Call of Duty thing that you said, I don't feel that this is like Call of Duty for a very specific reason. I feel the game actually takes skill.
That's a fair point to make. I didn't think... it's like I said, it's more so the way the maps play and the way the game handles. But you gotta find your mode. Play Team Slayer or play like SWAT, and like it's a totally different game. That's one of the things I can really appreciate about this. If you play is it Breakout, whatever it is. If you play that mode, the elimination mode, or if you play Team Slayer, those are totally different games, and I can really appreciate that. If you play SWAT and you play Team Slayer, those are totally different games, and they take a different type of like mentality. Like when playing, you have to play them differently, or else you're not gonna win. And like going back and forth between the two, you can see, compared to Master Chief Collection, compared to Halo 4, I feel they actually tried here, and I feel it was a very decent try. The servers work. Try. So I mean, if you're basing their success straight off of that, I mean, they can't really go.
I'm also basing it off of the map design, the way they handled their microtransactions, the amount of modes they have, you know, the ranking system that I explained, like the ladder ranking system, like just everything in general. The fact that they're actually punishing, I don't know if you saw, they're punishing people that AFK and that quit games.
No, I did not see. Like, how are they punishing them?
Oh, no. They're basically giving them bans. Like, how CSGO does bans, where, like, if you quit the first time in the middle of a game that's matchmaking, you get a 30-minute ban. And then, like, the second time or third time, you get a 2-hour, and it goes up from there. And they're doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I don't really think that's a fair thing to do. Only because, like, okay, I understand that people who quit games intentionally, like, you're a dickhead. But, like, there's been times where, like, I start up a game and then ultimately something comes up and then I have to leave the game. So, like, now that I left the game, I get punished for it. Like, I don't know.
But you don't do it, like, once, right? Like, right now, like, a 30-minute ban if you end up having to go and do something. That's not really, like, meaningful to you in your situation.
That's true.
Even like with the jetpack thing added, which I actually think adds a extra level of maneuverability, like a very good extra level of it. Because like if you time it correctly, it's not just like a press a button and jetpack. It's like you actually have to time your jumps correctly and like know when to engage that like jump boost, that sort of thing. And
how do you feel about the jetpack when you're zoomed in?
What do you mean?
Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but if you jump in the air and if you're still in midair and then you zoom in, you start hovering. Yeah,
it stops after about 10 seconds.
Yeah,
and I feel that actually does give a like certain counter to anyone that might be jetpacking from somewhere else that you can't reach. Like, because I've found multiple times someone would try to get to really high spots with the jetpack, which you can do. You absolutely can do. Mm-hmm. And if you, like, jump and hover while zoomed in, you can take your shot, and you can actually counter that sort of thing. It works really well. I think, at least. I don't have anything against it. I actually kind of like the jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from someone that did not really like Halo 4 at all.
No, this game doesn't have any of like the armor abilities that Halo 4 and Reach had, right? There's no like. All right, I didn't think it did, but I just wanted to make sure.
No, I mean unless it's in Warzone, which I haven't played that much of because I played like maybe 15 minutes of Warzone and I was like, this is kind of dumb. And granted, I got into a match that was like almost over, and I don't know, it just felt boring to me. Warzone. Let me see if I can explain Warzone. Warzone feels like you're playing PlanetSide 2. That's the easiest way to explain.
Is it there's like a lot of people, or is it just really big?
There's a shit ton of people. It's a huge map. You go to like portions of the map to like call in like planes and cars and stuff, and like get your weapons and load out and all that good jazz. And then like you're also trying to capture a point and hold it in place, and there's like tickets, so it's like a ticket-based gameplay.
So it's kind of like did you ever play Mag?
Yeah, it is kind of like Mag. Yeah, I didn't think about that one, but yes, it's kind of like Mag. I don't think it's good though. But I could have just got into bad games because I've had a lot of friends that pretty much exclusively play Warzone, which is weird to me. So maybe there's something to it that I just don't know yet, like something good that I haven't been able to find yet. I don't know though.
I'll try it out. I didn't know that was a thing, but I mean, like I said, I've only played mostly multiplayer so far. I haven't quite dug into the campaign yet. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to dig into it.
Played the campaign. Everyone told me it's not worth your time.
See,
in fact, I had one person that specifically liked to play the campaigns of Halo, every single one of them, and he even enjoyed Halo 4's campaign. And after he finished this campaign, he was like, yeah, that wasn't worth my time. That wasn't worth the price of this Xbox One. Who wants to buy an Xbox One? And the next day he was selling it.
See, my friend, who, again, has played every Halo, was like, the campaign was well worth the $60 for the game.
Yeah, everyone's told me the exact opposite, that the campaign is complete and total garbage.
Although I do feel just completely unrelated to what you guys are talking about. I do have to question Nick, because I'm pretty sure he was adamant that he was not going to buy Halo 5 at launch for most of this year.
I was. This is true.
But Halo 5?
But Halo 5.
Because they always be like, Nick, you're a resident Halo guy. What do you think about Halo 5? He'd be like, I'm not buying it. They're just making this game worse and worse.
I'm very annoyed, and when I thought about it, it's kind of petty what I'm annoyed about, but it's still a complaint of mine that there is no local co-op, and that's just something that I've always loved doing. I mean, that's how I got into Halo.
It's not petty.
Halo.
It's not petty. It was petty of them to be like, oh, we had to remove it because,
which, by the way,
isn't true.
Again, going back to the multiplayer, like I said, I haven't played any single player, so I can't base this opinion purely on what I've played the multiplayer. The multiplayer, the frame rate, the graphics, I feel like this game could have been played on a fucking Xbox 360. It's a very weird frame rate, and it's not like 60 frames per second.
How many Xbox One games have you played?
I've played Forza Horizon 2, which is a beautiful game, could not have been done on the 360.
That's true.
100%. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I just have the Master Chief Collection, Halo 5, and Rare Replay. Rare Replay was done on consoles way older than the Xbox One, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so was the Master Chief Collection.
I find that most Xbox One games look like garbage. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Sunset Overdrive had a really nice look.
Honestly, it depends on what game you're playing.
I feel Sunset Overdrive only got away with it because of the aesthetic. And the aesthetic
But hasn't Nintendo proved over and over that aesthetic tends to be more important anyway?
I know, but he's talking about graphics. Nick is talking about graphics.
I think those will be... they go hand in hand. But whatever. Nick, what are you saying?
The closest thing I can compare playing the Halo campaign multiplayer to is, have either of you played the Modern Warfare 3 campaign or multiplayer?
No.
I feel like Brandon might have.
I have.
Okay. The feeling I get while playing Halo multiplayer is the same feeling I got when playing Modern Warfare 3 campaign, where they're like, hey, it's 60 FPS, wink wink. Like, it's kind of 60 FPS, but not really. And let's just put it to rest right now.
I gotta ask you a question, Nick. I gotta be completely honest.
What's that?
Have you checked your HDMI cable? Because I don't know what you're talking about. It's fucking steady 60 FPS at all times for me.
No. It is, but it's not. I don't know how I can explain. It doesn't feel like 60 FPS. It's very weird. I know it is 60 FPS because I can tell, but like, it doesn't seem like it's constantly 60. It seems like it drops out here and there. And I know it's on my HDMI cable because, one, the cable's brand new, and two, every other game I play on the HDMI cable looks fantastic. I think it's more of an optimization issue with the game. At the same time, like I was about to say, Xbox One isn't the graphical powerhouse that...
Oh, no, it's kind of garbage.
I'm going to sound like a fanboy here, that the PS4 is. The PS4 handles its graphics a lot better. It can actually handle 1080p and 60 FPS, no problem. Whereas the Xbox One has this weird upscaler that it imitates 1080p when it's really not.
I'm about to argue you. Xbox One and PS4 both do not do 1080p 60 FPS, no problem. They do not.
The PS4 does it better.
Do not. It does do it better.
How many games have you seen where they're like, all right, here's the game coming out for both consoles. 1080p on PS4, 900p on Xbox One. Not to start like a resolution argument here, because I don't fucking care about any of that shit. But like, when your main drive to cut out fucking co-op was, hey, we want the game to run the best it can at every possible second.
See, the thing is, Nick, that was a lie. I don't know if you understand that, but that was a lie. The real reason they cut it out is because they didn't want to spend time on it.
In a moment of weakness yesterday, I was like, how bad could 343 have fucked up? And I bought it. And I realized, oh shit, they fucked me over. Again.
I don't feel like they fucked me over. I feel like this time 343 was like, you know what? I understand what Halo's supposed to be. Here you go.
They did better, but they're still not quite there yet.
Oh no, they're not the glory days of Bungie. Definitely not. But they're getting there. They're doing. But
that's my main complaint is that they're like, hey, we're sacrificing some features so you guys can have a better experience, and I'm not seeing it.
That's not true. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They didn't sacrifice it for a better experience. That's just an outright lie.
I agree with that. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Is that they said, oh, we're doing all this stuff so the game can look its best at all times, and it doesn't. And it was kind of bullshit that they fed us. But I don't know. I'm gonna play the campaign. I don't know when. I still have to finish the Halo 4
Apparently, it's only 4 hours long. So
I don't know about.
The countdown's begun. We are like days away from Fallout 4, Nick.
That's my problem. Literally, we are 8 days away as of this recording from Fallout 4. And remember how I said I wasn't going to start any big RPG type games? I have 2 RPGs that I started.
Stupid.
We will get to those. But I mainly bought Halo 5. What's that?
I bought Fallout 4.
You did?
Yep, like yesterday.
I would have assumed you had it pre-ordered months ago.
Nope, I bought that, Binding of Isaac, and Black Ops 3 all on the same day.
Black Ops 3 saddens me that you purchased that, but that's okay, to each their own.
Here's the thing, I liked Black Ops 1 and 2. I have a group of friends that used to play it with. They bought an Xbox One specifically for this game, and they're going to be playing again. So I was like, cool, I'll join you.
Well, I'm currently shifting my Xbox over from a Halo machine to a Forza machine, so I will let you know how that goes. But, I don't know, do you want me to continue with my vidges, or do you want to go with your vidges since or do you still want to talk about Halo 5?
I really want to talk more about Halo 5, but, I mean, I don't think there's much more we can say.
Yeah, because I don't think me and you, you've played a considerable...
vastly different experiences. I've probably played at least 30 or so hours of Halo 5 since...
Oh, no, I probably put like an hour into it. This is just, this is my first impression of things.
I'm ranked in every matchmaking.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Game Battles.
I'm a diamond in 2 of them.
Master Chief over here.
Yeah, Master Chief over here from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Master of Peaches.
Master Peaches.
Master Peaches.
Now I want to friggin'...
Oh, how do you feel about the weapon skins? Did you notice that, or have you not found that out yet?
I saw that was a thing. I don't really care about it. I mean, I'll use them. But, I mean, you have to buy them, or can you just earn them?
There's actually some pretty cool ones. I found the best game type, though, to play is, just the... I think it's like a team matchmaking or something, and it can be like Team Slayer, or it can be like Capture the Flag, or it can be Oddball, or any of that stuff. That's the best one to play, because it's a lot of fun. My main issue with Halo 5, and I'm going to say this before we jump on to another game, my main issue is the fact that, because of the Xbox Live Party system, a lot of the time you don't have people communicating with their team, and that absolutely does not work with Halo. You need
I feel like that's a problem exclusively with this game, going back to my original issue of there is no casual playlist. Because, like I said, when I played my first few games last night, we were playing Slayer. Like, dudes kept straight up calling out my tag so I could kill the person that just killed them. And I was like, okay, I had no problem doing that. But at the same time, like, I would never... You would never see me playing any multiplayer game that seriously. Like, ever. Because it's kind of silly to me. And, like, I understand if you're, like, a professional, like, gamer, like, if you're playing, like, League, or if you're playing, like, any sort of FPS professionally, like, shouting that out and, like, being on your teammate and, like, telling them where you are and what's going on. That's important. I get that. But, like, I'm just sitting in my room playing Halo 5. I'm not, like, shouting out positions and shit. Like, I don't really care if I win or lose.
Yeah.
It's just more about, playing the game and having fun.
I will get salty when playing Halo. That's the thing that will happen.
Yeah, that annoys me when people do that.
Well, people get salty at everything, though. It happens.
Yeah, but like it seems like games like Halo specifically, because this has been a thing forever. Because, like I said, another Halo multiplayer games.
Well, I'm gonna explain the reasons I'll get salty then, real quick, so I can at least justify my means. One, team kills. Fuck that shit. Fuck right off out of the game if you're gonna fucking come in and just fuck everyone else's game over.
Right, I'm going to join your games now purposefully and just shoot the shit out of you.
2, AFKing. Join a game and just AFKing so you can get your rank without actually putting any work in. That's stupid. Fuck you. 3, fucking joining in and not actually playing the objective in an only objective-based game type. That's also stupid. Go fuck yourself. We're not playing deathmatch. This isn't deathmatch. There's a fucking flag on the map for a reason. Maybe you should pay attention to it.
See, I don't see that as being salty. Those are legitimate complaints. I see salty as more being like let's say somebody gets killed in a game. Like, you 100% got killed completely fairly, and they're still like, oh, that was bullshit, like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Blackhead 33 just shot me in the back. That is such bullshit. I'm gonna hunt him down.
Okay, I understand it. Most of the time, salt is just that people are angry. They're angry at things.
Yeah, there's a group of dudes I play
those
Destiny
things make me angry.
And the one dude, like, legit will just do stupid shit and then get pissed off when he dies. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did you expect to happen? You just ran out. Like, don't get mad because you were stupid. If you're legitimately, like, mad at somebody because we're playing Capture the Flag and just running around shooting people and killing them, I can understand that. That shit pisses me off, too. But, like, somebody who completely gets killed for a legitimate reason and then cries about it, like, nah, get out of here.
I just get upset when fucking motherfuckers don't actually play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
No, I think that's a fair complaint to make.
And I've run into a lot of that.
Maybe you're the one who doesn't know how to play branded.
Ooh, get good.
Nope.
Yes, I'm the guy that's actually getting...
Brandon, did you even get Flaming Recon in Halo 3?
I sure did.
Garbage.
I did. I also got that... Was that the Ninja one, or is the Ninja one something else?
What, Hayabusa?
Yeah, Hayabusa.
I had Hayabusa.
I like Hayabusa. And I also did get Flaming Recon. I got both. Eat a dick.
Anyways, we done with Halo?
I'm done with Halo for now.
Sure.
Alright, who wants to keep on going? We gonna stay on the Brandon train, or we gonna stay on the Nick train? Nick train?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Nick.
I'll go hop on the Nick
Well,
train. All right.
Tell us about your RPGs.
Yeah, see, I made a freaking huge mistake. I was like, hey, the week before Fallout 4, what better way to pass the time than to start one RPG that's 30 plus hours?
Well, I see one huge mistake on this list, and it's not even the fact it's an RPG. It's just a shitty game.
Is it my? Oh wait, is it me or Brandon? I feel like it's
That's
Brandon.
you. It's you.
It's me?
Oh yeah. We talked about this already.
I think. Yeah. Okay. So the first RPG I started, Final Fantasy 3. So
what system did you decide to play it for?
I bought it on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm gonna complain about graphics.
Oh shit, you got Undertale. That's the game I told you guys about.
Okay, Undertale's good. We'll get there in a second, Brandon.
I want to play that game so bad.
We have to listen to Nick complain about Final Fantasy 3.
Right now we're in the fucking dining car. Don't go to the friggin' get out of here. Get off the train. You're done. So Final Fantasy 3. I'm about an hour into that game as well, and I'm only an hour into it because of some bullshit. But so
which bullshit pissed you off already?
Okay, you might have seen me tweet about it. The fact that you can't fucking save unless you're in the overworld at all. That's bullshit.
I mean, you could just put your system into sleep mode and just plug it in and walk away.
But that's not my point. My point is like, alright, if I go up against the boss or something, you can't save right before the boss.
Nope.
So if you want to save, you gotta be like, alright, I'm gonna save right before this dungeon, blow through the dungeon, hope to God I'm good by the time I get to the boss, kill the boss, run back out.
So I told you, I don't remember this, my piece of advice was about how bad the last dungeon was, and it's because it's like 3 hours long and there's nowhere to save.
Like, I am just so utterly disgusted about this choice that they made.
No, this is a disgusting game. It's utterly disgusting. I couldn't even imagine playing the original one.
I don't know how far I'm going to make it.
I mean,
which makes me sad.
I beat it, and I hated the game. Granted, I do beat most games that I hate, so...
Because I want nothing more but to get to the Super Nintendo and then eventually the PS1 Final Fantasies. Like, I want to play 4 and 6 really bad.
Yeah, once you're through this, you're like on to the better games.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is the last bump in the road, and then I can go be Cecil and just fuck shit up.
But it's a really big fucking bump.
Yeah, it's a really big bump in the road. The game looks like shit. I hate the graphics. It's like it makes my eyes bleed, and my eyes are straining even more. 'Cause I'm playing on a DS Lite. And the only reason I decided to play on my Lite was because the battery lasts like 80,000 hours. If I was playing on my 3DS, I'd be charging it every 20 minutes. And
although it does get better battery life in DS mode. So, I mean, there is that to consider.
Yeah, there is that to consider. But, like, I might see... I don't know, I might have to switch over because it's like... Going from having a 3DS XL to trying to play this game on like a DS Lite.
This is too small. I can't do it. Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. It's like, I feel like I went from playing like a game on like a 42-inch TV to trying to play it on like a VMU screen.
Well, that's why, like, if Nintendo's next handheld, whenever it comes out, if it does not immediately come out with an XL size, I will be so fucking livid. Like, I cannot go back to like tiny ass screen again. Like,
I won't even buy it. Like, the main reason why my first 3DS was so pristine, I had the turquoise blue one, and the main reason why it was so pristine was because, like, I bought it, took it out of the box, and I was like, this is cool. Dear God, this screen's god-awful. I cannot do this.
Well, with mine, I was like, yeah, this is cool, but honestly, if they released an XL tomorrow, I would double dip and just buy a new one.
That's why, like, I didn't seriously jump into the 3DS train until the XL came out, and then I started playing games like all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
But, in Final Fantasy 3, I'm not exactly at a dungeon yet. I don't think, I might be at the first dungeon. I'm not sure. I'm very early in the game. But, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it so far.
Spoiler alert, it sucks.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's fucking bullshit. Because I looked at it, I was like, can I just not save in certain places? Or wait, why can't I only save in the friggin' overworld? And to top it all off, the shit Sunday is that it's basically just a rehash of the first game.
Yeah, pretty much.
With, like, a story, though. Like, you're just, okay, let's go...
And, like, the class system has got, like, a better class system.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever even bothered to get the Onion Knights. I didn't care at that point. I don't remember... Yeah. I think they're special. I just didn't care.
Let's go cleanse the world of darkness. Again! Woo!
Yeah!
Fucking, why?
Yeah.
Like, Final Fantasy 1 was, like, a straight-up 5. And I'm like, alright, this is good. This is alright, I can deal with this. And then I played 2, and I was like, alright, this is a step in the right direction. Now I'm back down to 3, and it's like, what is going on? You're doing so well. You fucked me over. But that game is probably going to take a bit longer for me to muster through, because I'm probably only going to play it like on the weekend when I'm hanging with my friends, because all of my time is going to be devoted to a much better RPG in about 8 days from the recording of this. Well, I hope it'll be a much better RPG anyway.
Watch, it's literally the exact same game.
I get in the same game as Fallout 3 or Final Fantasy 3.
They're like,
I go to save, and I was like, oh, well, you can't save inside of the vault.
You have to save the world from the darkness.
The darkness of what? Radiation? No. There's a great evil. Go find crystals. What? Oh.
Those bunch of dungeons, we can't save them, so goodbye.
If the story of Fallout 4 was the legit Final Fantasy 3, I would get in my car, I would drive all the way to Maryland, and I would go into the Bethesda corporate office and find Todd Howard and just right in the balls, just punch him. And be like, why did you do this to me? You built me up so much, and here we are. But, so yeah, that's been my experience with Final Fantasy 3.
Let's talk about something nicer then.
Let's talk about a much better RPG. I'm currently about an hour in as well to Undertale, and I'm playing that. I streamed an hour of that yesterday, Sunday, but I'm liking it a lot.
I haven't played it. I heard that game's magical though.
It is. It's really weird. The gameplay style is very odd. Like, have you seen anything about it, either of you? I mean,
I know. A review. I've seen it. Like, I've heard him talk about it on a podcast. I've seen some pictures. Like, I haven't played it though.
Like, all right. The first thing I want to talk about is the fighting system, because it's
Earthbound.
It's Earthbound. It's definitely 100% Earthbound. But like, it's kind of funny at some points. Like, all right, you get into a battle with, let's say, a frog. You can attack it. You can check it. You can flirt with it, or you can scold it. And like, if you flirt with it, the frog will blush. But it won't understand what you're saying to it because it's a frog, but it will blush. Or like, I got into a battle with a dog. I started petting the dog, and the dog got so excited that even before I pressed the pet button, the head just kept growing, and like, it went up, and then circled back down. And it was just really goofy looking, and it was just hilarious. My favorite so far, though, you went by this, like, outpost, and there was a dog there, and he can only see you when you're moving. So you got into a battle with him, and he's, like, looking for you, and you pet him, and he just starts freaking the fuck out, because he doesn't know who the hell just petted him. And, like, if you just keep petting them, you can win the battle, just by strictly just patting him on the head. So it's been fun doing that so far, just all the wacky, like, battle system shit.
Yeah, and you can get through that entire game without killing anything, too.
Oh, yeah, but I've killed a good amount of things so far.
You monster.
I know, I'm terrible. The heartbreaking one was the one, like, the lady that takes you, and it was so sad.
You killed her, too?
I did, because she was like, prove to me how powerful you are. I was like, alright, bitch. Well, let's go. I don't give a shit what you did for me. You're in my way. I'm a terrible person.
If I had time right now, I'd really want to sit down and play this game. But I think it's out on Mac, too. I wish they were making a console version, but apparently they are not.
Well, if I decide to stream it...
It would be very difficult to make a console version of this game.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I don't know how far in the game you've gotten, but it'd be very difficult to make a console version.
I know there's a keyboard thing later, but I did...
It fucks with your computer repeatedly. Like, it'll do things to your computer and mess with you without you noticing it at first, but then as you get further along in the game, you'll start to notice it. On top of that, it also, whenever you start a new game, it remembers everything you did in your last game. So, like, if you killed a certain NPC and you go to find them, they're not going to be there, but someone will be in their place, and they'll be like, what, you thought you could just bring them back by restarting? You can't do that. They're dead for good. That's it. It was your fault. You killed them. That's how it's going to be. And you can do nothing about it. And, like, they'll scold you and get angry at you for killing people in your past games. And it's fucking nuts.
I'm probably going to stream some more of this week, because I actually really want to play more of it. It's really fun. The characters I've met so far are friggin' fantastic. Like, there's these two skeleton brothers that are hysterical, and the one just makes skeleton-based puns all the time. The music for the game is also very good. I'm not sure if either of you have heard... Oh, probably Brandon, but I'm not sure if you've heard the music yet, Mike, but it's as RPG music goes, it's pretty decent.
Isn't this the one that also... I mean, I could be mistaking it with another game, and I just heard some of the music, and it's really good. But they... isn't this the one that they kind of pull from, like, other games as well? Like a lot of the musical cues. Actually, you might not know. Brandon actually might be the person to answer this question.
Kind of. I mean, I think I understand your question, but I'm not fully sure what you mean.
Okay. I heard that this game, and I believe it's this game, references a lot of other classic games. And especially musically. Like, Final Fantasy was actually referenced as...
I mean, it references other games, like... through the way it works and like some of the sounds and stuff, but like
if I go,
it has like the same music.
If I go through this game and I don't hear the Kefka laugh at least once, I'm going to be disappointed.
You'll hear it coming from your computer speakers at 4 a.m.
Oh Jesus! Actually, you know what? That's not bad. The worst thing I think to hear from my computer speakers at 4 a.m. full blast would be what the fuck? What's the final boss in Chrono Trigger's name again?
Oh, I cannot remember.
I'm going to have to Google through this real quick. Because his scream is the most blood-curdling thing I have ever heard. And it's not like it's a very fleshed out sound because it is like a 16-bit game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Lavos, there we go. The Lavos scream.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Imagine like 4 a.m. just hearing that shit from like outside. Terrifying. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the game so far, like I said, is really good. It's very entertaining. There's a lot of goofy stuff into it. Like even the save points are goofy. Like at one point I walked up, it was a slice of cheese on a table, and like a mouse hole was like kind of down the hall a little bit, and it was like, knowing that the mouse one day will get the cheese fills you with determination, and then it's like a save point. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess so. But like they get goofier and goofier as the game goes on. So like at one point there's like spaghetti on a plate next to a microwave, and there's a mouse hole. And it says, knowing one day that the mouse will come out of the hole and microwave the spaghetti fills you with determination. So they just kind of get goofier and goofier as the game goes on. But yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot so far, and I look forward to playing more. I obviously by the time we post this up, I would have streamed more of it by now. But if either of you want to watch me play it, I will make it known on our various social media things that I am doing so. I would like to... I'm not sure how long that game is.
I heard about 6 to 8 hours for one playthrough.
Okay. So I'd like to finish it this week.
And I've heard, too, the game will try to guilt you into playing it again.
Mm-hmm.
It will guilt... Oh.
I heard it's very good at it, too. It's a good negotiator.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't hear about this game from, like, traditional outlets. Mm-hmm. And I saw... You
heard about it from me, because I
didn't hear about it from you. But I also watched a video that Video Game Donkey put up on his YouTube channel. And, like, I saw him play through most of the game, because it's like a 22-minute video. And, like, I'm not going to say what happens at the end, but, like, it was kind of like, you know how you kind of got sad? You're like, you realize I killed the lady at the beginning of the game, and I just didn't give a fuck? Uh-huh. There was one of those moments at the end of the game where you're like, oh, no. Because of, like, a choice you made. Mm-hmm. And, like, I can't wait to finish this game, and I will probably play it again if it guilts me and gives me a reason to play it again. But I'm liking it a lot so far, and for $10, it's definitely worth the money. I would say even like an hour into it, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
Nice. If I have time to play it, it's definitely like something that I'd like to play for like Game of the Year discussion this year, because I've heard that is worth having that conversation. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like. Again, I'm only an hour into it so far, but
material like from everyone that's played it.
Yeah, even now talking, I'm like, damn, I really want to fucking play the game really bad.
Oh, you got 8 days, Nick. You can do it.
Let's put it this way: it's a 7-hour game. I have
it's like an hour a day
of hours.
Yeah,
there's no problem. But I'm so excited for Fallout 4.
And you just
I'm so excited. Like, it was real when they announced it. Obviously, I was like, okay, this is fucking happening. But now that's like a week away. I'm like, oh, stop it. You're just teasing. And now that seeing people are getting it early, I'm crying even more.
Yeah.
But I hope I can talk about that game happily and not disappointedly.
Well,
but,
speaking of crying, it seems like Brandon is playing something that makes us all cry on the inside.
Let's talk about it, shall we?
Is it Sonic Lost World that makes us cry on the inside?
Probably is.
Sanic.
Alright, so here's the thing. I had never played Sonic Lost World on the Wii U. When it released.
Good choice on your part.
Does it still let you, like, push Knuckles up all the way in the air with that, like, silly trick?
See, here's the thing. You're thinking of a totally different game.
Am I thinking of Sonic Boom? You know, honestly, all the Sonic games are the same.
Sonic Lost World is the Mario Galaxy clone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It came out, I would say, like 2 years ago on the Wii U?
Yeah, 2.5.
That was the one that I remember had, like, the Yoshi levels. Didn't they also have, like, the Legend of Zelda levels, too, or something?
Correct.
Well, it had, like, you could put Sonic in, like, a Zelda or, like, a Link costume, and...
There was also levels based on the stages.
Yeah.
Based on the games. Yeah.
Which I assume are not in the Steam version, but...
Not that I've found yet, and not that I've found a way to put back in yet, either. However, what is in the Steam version is a solid fucking... port. It's not a shitty PC version. I will say that. Next, I will say, I'm very much confused by this game because it goes so goddamn fast in some points, and at other points you have to slow down, and it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
it's a very weirdly paced game.
It is very oddly paced.
But I don't particularly care for it.
I was gonna say, but I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I really like it. Compared to
here's the thing,
like, last Sonic games.
The way I can compare how I feel about Sonic Lost World is like, alright, it was, in the spectrum of Sonic games, a diamond in the rough.
It is, definitely.
Like, okay, imagine you have been in the desert for weeks, nothing substantial to eat or drink, and then you just happen upon a Denny's, and everybody knows Denny's is shit, but you haven't had anything in weeks. You're like, all right, this is the best fucking thing I've had for months.
To be fair, I do like Denny's food, but...
Oh my god. You are disgusting.
It's all about the breakfast food, Nick. There's the...
alright.
It's the home fries and the breakfast. Okay, anyways.
What's a restaurant that disgusts you?
That's a good question.
Just replace Denny's with that.
Okay, alright.
This thing. So, Sonic Lost Worlds, I played off the cuff of Sonic Colors, which Sonic Colors is a decent game. It's not bad.
Sonic Colors. It's good.
My problem, and I'm not sure how far you've gotten in the Sonic Lost Worlds, is that the game has a very odd problem of being too, like, young child focused, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of corny shit in it that is obviously put in there for kids or for people much younger than myself, and I understand that.
Yeah, like when Sonic says he's gonna kick that guy in the dick. Yeah, definitely. Definitely for young children.
He doesn't say dick.
No, but, like, the guy's, like, fucking saying, like something like, I'm gonna get into overdrive or something, and then Sonic just looks at him and, like, looks him up and down, and the guy, and says, I know right where to, that's funny, because I know right where to kick you, and the guy's like, oof, and he just kind of, like, covers himself for a second, and then he goes back to, I was just like, okay then.
Well, if there was a Sonic game where he just straight up said to someone, I'm gonna kick you in the dick.
I know. I was like...
That would be Game of the Year material.
I'm like, wow, like, Sega really doesn't give any fucks anymore.
Like, imagine playing, like, Sonic Adventure 2 and it was, like, the last battle between you and Shadow, and he's just like, fuck it, Shadow, I'm just gonna kick you in the dick. Like, that'd be great.
But the final battle is him and Knuckles have to Rochambeau.
Yeah, basically the Rochambeau for the freaking Master Emerald. That would be great. I would play that game. But, I don't know. I have a very weird feeling towards Sonic Lost Worlds because the actual gameplay aspect of it works at some points and doesn't work at some points. It's almost like Sonic, what was that? Sonic Unleashed, but not as poorly executed, in my opinion. I don't really feel like they got the 3D aspect of like Mario Galaxy down. Like I don't understand how I guess I can understand how Nintendo could have done it so well and Sega could have fucked up so bad because it's Sega. But I don't know. How far have you gotten into it?
I just got to the desert stage and finished the first one.
Okay.
I like it so far. The boss battles are super easy, but I feel that the collection aspect of it is actually quite difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many routes in the game, and I feel like that they did really well. I only played an hour, I think, or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it, and I do not regret it. So,
well, it's definitely not a terrible game. And I mean, if you want to play a Sonic game that's not bad, go for it.
I mean, it's definitely going to be better than Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Well, I mean,
right.
That's not the worst game, first off. Second off, it's Sonic Lost Worlds is probably the better game within the last 5 to 10 years or so, depending on how far you want to gauge your Sonic.
If you say 5 to 10 years, you're including Adventure 2 Battle in there.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
5 to 10 years would be at the most 2005.
Yep. Like I said, including Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
That game didn't come out in 05.
It sure did.
Well,
No, it didn't.
I don't think it did either, but I could be wrong. Although, I mean, it was subsequently released on something else, I think, in that time.
I'm not counting the GameCube port of it.
Oh, that's the only Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, though.
That is true.
Well, I don't think that came out in 05 either, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Hold on. I'm going to have to check you on this one. Let's see here. We'll be wrong together. Ooh! Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It says Sonic initial release date, 2001, but that's for Sonic Adventure 2.
That's Sonic Adventure 2. Yep.
Hold on. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I don't think they have... Do they have a listing for that? I'm also not counting the re-release on PSN.
I see multiple 2005s and multiple 2002s. I'm not sure which one is right.
Let's see. I guess I'll have to get in the mix and see what I can find. Hold on.
I don't know. Let me see here. Okay, wait.
Release date, February 11th, 2002.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Boom.
Victory goes to Nick.
Fantastic.
But it released on Steam.
See, that's what I said, though. I even said it too. I'm like, I know the GameCube one, I think, is outside that range, but they did definitely subsequently release it on other things since then. Like, I knew the PS3 one was definitely in there.
Not fair. I don't count that.
So anyways, the game is horrible. We all know it.
It's actually a really good game. If you like
No, I'm
Sonic
talking about
games-
Adventure Battle 2.
Okay.
Not Lost World.
The only bad part about Adventure Battle 2 is a fucking go-kart race. Bullshit.
What?
And chasing the president in his limo.
And
Yeah, because you're like, alright, here's a highway in the middle of the goddamn ocean.
And the Rouge the Bat portions of the emerald hunting, because she's much slower than Knuckles and doesn't do anything correctly.
And isn't Shadow in that game too? We just added.
Alright.
And let's not forget the final stage where you have to play as all the bad Nicks as well as the good guys, and it's just a mess.
Friendship win.
Friendship.
2 wins that game.
Alright. Anyways. I'm tired of Sonic. What else have you been playing then?
I also got a hold of Galak-Z, which is a game that released on PS4 during the summer of PS4 game releases, the indie game releases that they did.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
They if you buy so many, you get this much money back. This was one of the games that released then, along with Secret Ponchos and a bunch of others. But they just now released it on PC. Let me explain what Galak-Z is. Do you guys like asteroids?
No.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mike. Everyone likes asteroids. You're full of shit. Anyway, do you like?
For the 10 second that I usually play it.
Do you like Thunderbirds?
I don't even know. Are you talking about the TV show?
Yeah.
No.
What about you, Nick?
I don't know what that is.
Think of the South Park puppet show movie.
Okay.
Kind of like that. Alright, make that animated, very over the top, give it a storyline, make it so, you only take so much damage and your ship explodes. And that's basically what Galak-Z is. It's an open-world asteroids game that uses a Thunderbirds kind of formula.
Okay.
It's kind of fucking awesome.
How far have you gotten yet? Have you gotten
really
through
good.
like the first? What are they broken into? Episodes? Is that what it is? Seasons? No, seasons.
No, they break it into chapters, actually. At least from what I've seen so
I
far.
thought they were seasons. Is what they called them.
There's the intro, the prologue, the 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, and I'm about an hour in, and I'm at 2-2, I believe, or something like that.
So you haven't gotten to where it gets ridiculous yet.
Yeah, I know it gets ridiculous later on. I have not gotten to it yet, but I am loving the way this game plays. It's a lot of fun, and I really look forward to playing more of this. So yeah, there's that. I also picked up a favorite of mine, because I really like this game, and it's Binding of Isaac. I like the Binding of Isaac a lot. I lose many, many hours of my life to that game. And they just released a huge expansion pack, because the last Binding of Isaac was called Rebirth, and they released a new one on Halloween called Afterbirth, and they charged $6.66 for it.
The perfect amount.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually really good. Like, I mean, it's an expansion pack. It adds like hundreds of new items, a bunch of new stages. It changes layouts of levels. It adds like 6 new bosses. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's gonna take me a long time to go through it though, and I've only scratched the surface. So I haven't got much to say about that one other than it exists, it's Binding of Isaac, and it's fucking cool as shit. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Nice. Howdy there, cowpokes. It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's my...
Uh-oh.
I don't know, Brandon. I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about doing this
my
right
intro.
now.
My intro. Do you love it? You love it.
I don't know how I feel about this.
All right. So,
I'm concerned.
what do you guys want to hear about first? The good, the bad, or the ugly?
Alright, let's hear about the ugly.
All right, the ugly. We'll go with Zelda Triforce Heroes.
Oh, I'm
Getting kind of
surprised.
ugly
That's-
this week. So, not so much. I mean, the game is still good, but I did tell Nick while you walked away a little bit earlier. There is a little bit. I ran into like when I talked about this game last week. I had like great experiences online. Everyone was great. It was a great time. Well, now I like literally that night I hit the other side of the spectrum where you get the douchebags. And so let me tell you about. Well, I had a story from today. So I ran into this one guy. I kept on trying to, like this morning, I'm like, I'm going to finish up this game. I just have like 4 last stages to do left. So I go into like the online matchmaking for the last 4 stages. And I kept on getting paired with this guy. His name was Blue. Yeah, you. But he kept on like leaving the match like as soon as the matchmaking, like we'd get into a stage, we'd probably play for like 3 minutes, and then he'd leave. Which just bans the whole party. You're sent back to the thing. Then I joined back up again, and guess what? Guess who was there? Again, Blue. Blue was there again. And he did it again. And I'm just like, oh my god. Does it again. And then you know what? I started back up again. Guess who's there again? Blue. Blue's there again. I'm like, oh my god. I'm so sick of this guy. Thankfully, they did actually put a blacklist option into Zelda Triforce Heroes. So after I saw Blue for the 3rd time, all you have to do is you hold down, every person has their own, like, button on the touchscreen. You press that, and then you press the A or B button at the same time, and it's like, do you want to blacklist this person? I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, well, you'll blacklist them the next time you leave matchmaking. So, and then we'll ask you again, just to be sure that you actually want to blacklist them. So I get into a match with Blue again, because I'm like, honestly, that is a good point. How do I know this is the same Blue? His name is Blue, like... Yeah, And then he does it again. He fucking 3 minutes in, jumps out again, and like lose all that time. I'm just like, oh my fucking god. And then it's like, are you sure you want to permanently blacklist this person? I'm like, yes, I am sure I want to permanently blacklist this person. So there is that, but there also is too. So the other thing that had happened too was running through a match, and we got to this area. You know those little, like, Nick, you probably don't, but you've never really played a Zelda game, but You know how in Zelda games, Brandon, they have like those logs that have spikes on them that roll back and forth, up and down? So we were in an area with this, and we were carrying around this totem, and you're supposed to use the totem to like block the spiked log from killing everyone. So I accidentally picked up the totem and threw it over the spiked log. So it was it basically gave us no room to get past it. And then we still had to get past we had to get around it, pick up the totem, and still get through the rest of the area. Needless to say, that was such a bad fuck up. It literally, our team just lost the rest of the hearts we had, and we had to like restart the area. So, that kind of sucks. But you know what sucks after that? My teammates very clearly didn't trust me anymore. And, granted, my fault, totally understand. But, then they started acting like douchebags. They would carry me around everywhere. Like, they still wanted me to finish this with them, but they would, like, carry me around everywhere. And we actually got into this was very entertaining, we got into this standoff point where they wouldn't let me carry the totem at this point, which, like I said, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't blame them. But, we got to this point where we had to cross, like it's like a teeter-totter thing that you walk across, so you kind of have to have both sides balanced at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so one guy is carrying the totem, and then I just pick up the other guy, because we have to be balanced to walk across. Mm-hmm. The person carrying the totem refused to get on the other side, and was like using, because we have like 8 buttons you can use to set things. He's like, throw, and I'm like, no. I'm just pressing like the no button. And we literally had a standoff for like 5 minutes before it started to like go on again. And I'm just like, wow, guys, I'm like, I can understand. But you don't need to be acting like this. Like, we're getting through this. We did finish it. And at the end of the match, they just, like, I just want to get done with this, guys. Like, it's just enough. But, I do have to say, though, those kind of, like, experiences are few and far between. Most people understand when you fuck up. Like, it happens. Not everyone knows what's going on with the puzzles. Some people run the maps all the time. Some people have never run them before. And those are probably, I did finish the rest of the game today. And out of all the stages that I played, honestly, most of the time I actually really, really enjoyed the groups that I played with. I only probably had like 2 groups of the 30 or whatever that I played through that actually were frustrating. But that is the ugly side of Zelda Triforce Heroes. It does exist, but I still think it's a good game. I think it's a lot of fun. Now that I'm finished with it, I did play a little bit of the challenges, I did play a little bit of single player, and I played almost the entire game in multiplayer online, which is randoms. And honestly, I think that's the best way to play it. That's like online. I mean, yeah, friends I'm sure would be good too if you have enough friends that can play it, but it's a good game. I do think it's a lot of fun. And even it does get ugly from time to time. We'll go into the good next, though. Now, I just wanted to say a little bit of Yoshi's Woolly World. It's still amazing. I'm just drip feeding through it, but I do think it is, at least right now, I would probably say this is the best Yoshi since the Super Nintendo one. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. A lot of fun, really charming. It's got a lot of really good mechanics going on there. I have decided the Amiibo, like, double cherry thing is really stupid. It's actually more annoying than it is useful. And some of those, like, flowers and stuff is, like, really bullshit hidden. But, like, it's really good. I think they have a really good thing going on there. And I think it's really charming what they were able to put together. I'm only through 2 worlds right now. And I do have to say, I've unlocked 2 of, like, the bonus stages so far. Because if you collect all the flowers in, like, one of the areas, you unlock the bonus stage. Mm-hmm. The bonus stage are fucking ridiculous. So, if anyone is worried about difficulty in there's difficulty if you're looking for it. If you just want to play through mellow mode and do nothing, then fine. I mean, that mode's there free, that's why they made it. So, but the game is, it's really good, it's really charming. I think it's something for everyone. So, I do want to finish that game before November 10th, when all the shit hits the fan for my own games. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure I'll come back to that next week. The other game that I did finish up and started to finish, I played 2 spooky games for Halloween. So, spoopies. 2 spoopies. So, I was trying to think of a game that'd be great to play for Halloween, and, we did name Outlast as our spookiest game of 2015. And it is, what was I gonna say? Outlast Whistleblower. I haven't played that yet. It was on sale just like last week or something with the Sale of the Dead that Sony does every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, why don't I give this a go? I really want to try it.
I actually
And
played both of these in one sitting, Outlast and Whistleblower.
Whistleblower is pretty easy to do in one sitting. I actually did it in two, just because of the time when I started it. But it is really good. It definitely is a bit more cohesive story than, say, the first one does. Which
Definitely brings it together, in my opinion. Did you see where they announced Outlast 2?
I did.
Yeah.
I did put that down to the news there. They didn't really say much about it's coming out next year. So Outlast 2 is there. We're looking forward to it. It should be good. I do like what they did a lot with this one. Although, God, this game got me so worried about getting my dick cut off.
What?
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh, that's funny.
Outlast, it's ridiculous. And it's good, it's scary, and it's a lot of fun. I do like what they do with like the whole camera thing. It's got a lot of tension stuff. I don't get scared very easily, and the game still doesn't scare me like at all. But I do think it's probably like one of the scariest games you can play. So I think it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of neat stuff there. And this game's got like some really fucking weird like sub stories going on. The other game that I played though for Halloween, Fatal Frame: Maiden of the Black Water. For those following along with the good, bad, and ugly, this is the bad.
Oh.
I know. I did decide to try it, and so I started out with the demo.
This makes me so sad.
Well, we'll talk about it. I got a lot to say about that. I'm not finished with this game yet, so I mean it could change my mind, but I'm pretty close to the end, so I don't think it's gonna change. So it is. I started out with because it's got like the demo where you play through like the prologue and the first two chapters. Okay, those were decent enough. I'm like, oh, this is decent. Let me tell you what I don't like about this game. And based on the reviews, you might think it has to do with like the controls, which they're tolerable. I mean, they're not the best controls I've ever played. They're not the worst controls, but they work for what you need, and they're okay with the tension. It doesn't have to do with the backtracking, so I really don't care about that in this game. It's fine for what it is. I mean, you can explore the same areas again. You know what kills me with this game? It's two things. It's not even remotely scary. Like, this game is like negative scary to me. like
It
I
actually
don't.
gave me feelings of Christmas. It was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, it does have dark themes, like, I'll be honest. Like, it does talk about, like, for, like, a Nintendo published game, it's probably one of the darkest ones. I mean, like, lots of talk about suicide and things like that. And actually, I do find the story to be, like, a little bit interesting. But, it's just, it's not scary. It's just, there's nothing scary about this game to me. And maybe it's just me. Like I said, I don't get scared easily. But, like, there are games where, like I said with Outlast, I can see why that game would be scary to people. With Fatal Frame, I don't see anything scary in the game.
But what about the old Fatal Frames?
I've never played them, so this is the only one I have to go off of. So, this is new to Fatal Frame experience. The other thing, though, I have to say, this game's kind of boring. That's the biggest thing with it.
So how has this been playing? I guess that's my main question.
So, it will do this thing, well, and it depends on the stage. Like, I played 2 stages today, before we got on the podcast.
Bad. Depends on the stage is never something you want to hear for Fatal Frame.
I know. So this game is broken up into episodes. They call them drops, basically. And some of the drops do really neat things. And they're like quick in and out experiences. Good. Those drops actually work very well. I played a drop yesterday that took me like an hour to beat. And the reason it took so long is because I did this thing where it's like, okay, you have to find this person. And you're like, okay, well, you get to an area and they're like, okay, I think they're trapped in this box. Okay? So I had to do your camera thing. The camera's like, oh, you need to put a light on the box. So now you have to go upstairs to go put a light on the box. And then when you get upstairs to find where this hatch is, which took forever for me to find, anyways. So I figure out where this hatch is to open it up. And then it's like, oh, you gotta use the camera on it. And I'm like, okay. So use the camera, and then it gives me 3 pictures. And they're like, oh, the only way to open this hatch is to find these 3 ghosts spread around this giant fucking dungeon. And they just give you, like, vague little things that, like, oh, this ghost is standing outside of a lattice window. I have no fucking clue where that is, and I walked around this whole thing. This one's sitting next to 3 caskets. Oh my god, I don't even remember seeing caskets. Like, it's like they just like, here, go find the most unmemorable things in this game and take a picture of them. Because that's how you get to the next area. So that's why I ended up walking around forever. And meanwhile, they have these, like, fucking stupid ghosts popping out, which are busy being about as unscary as possible. And they just sit there, and they take a lot of damage. They're like damage sponges, and they keep on going in and out of the walls, so you can't, like, take pictures of them. And it's like, and I, like, tried running away from them, but they just follow you. So, it's just kinda... but, like I said, the game does have some moments where it doesn't make me want to sleep. Like, I did just play it through, like, a mission, and it was kind of like a surveillance thing. We'd, like, watch the cameras and go see what's going on. That was kind of cool. And, like I said, it's the short missions where you're just kind of in and out. Like, the one thing that kind of is annoying, though, like, all the different episodes, like, you go up to there's this, I think it's Mount Hikami is what it's called. And so, basically, like, you start in the area, then you go up to Mount Hikami, and then they always end with you like, oh, now you gotta go back down. Go back down the mountain. Like, really? You can't just, like, fade to black and just save the like, either keep me up on the mountain for a little bit longer, like the next episode, or just don't care about me going back down, because honestly, it's boring. I just walk down these paths, and that's the end. So, I don't know why you're doing this. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it is a bit of a disappointment. I think it is interesting, though, like story wise. I do think the controls work well enough for me. Like, I do think they're enjoyable. Like, I like using the classic controller, or not the classic controller, the gamepad as like the camera. I think that's kind of a neat effect. You can play apparently without it completely. It does have like a classic control style, but I like that. The controls are a little bit clunky, but like I said, they didn't really bug me. But like I said, it's just the game is just, I just find it to be unspooky and boring most of the time. So, and, I mean, there are some neat things, but like I said, it doesn't even really have like jump scares or anything, just not worthwhile. I don't know. So, it is, I do think that this is kind of like mediocre to good game, if you were wondering. But like I said, I haven't played any of the other Fatal Frames. I would say though, I have read a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm a huge Fatal Frame fan. And
I'm a huge Fatal Frame game.
A huge Fatal Frame game. The hugest one. Like a big fat Fatal Frame game. And they're like, honestly, like, this may not be the best Fatal Frame game, but it's very reminiscent of the other games in the series. So if you like the other ones, you'll probably like this one. It's not the best one, it's not the worst one. It's in there. So, like, that is just one of those things. Maybe it's just me, because I've never played one before, and that's just kind of where my shortcomings are with the game. But I do plan on finishing it, and like I said, I'm like, I think 75% of the way through the game. But I just, personally, I don't find anything really interesting there. So, it's my Fatal Frame spiel, unless you guys have any questions on Fatal Frame.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Ready for news?
Maybe.
Was that the news theme?
I'm gonna give you some news. I've got the news for you. It's news, it's motherfucking news, and it's for all of you.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright, so a bunch of things to talk about this week. Nintendo had their, I don't know what to call it, financial briefing with the stock owners this week. And people desperate for Nintendo news got a lot of news they were expecting. But none of it's coming until like March. So, there you go. The big things are, though, they did announce their first mobile game. It's called Miitomo. It's kind of like a social network, though. I don't really... I've always kind of just heard this described as Tinder for shy people with Miis. Is a kind of...
Wait, what? Wait.
This looks like Tamagotchi life. That's what it looks like.
But, like, basically the idea, though, is that you have, like, a Mii character, and it's supposed to, like, coerce things out of your friends that you might not have known. Like, oh, Nick, I didn't know you like to go fishing. I don't know.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, it's supposed to be kind of like a social network kind of thing.
I didn't know you like to rob banks and kick babies. Oh my god.
Yeah, kind of like a social network thing, using like the Mii's and kind of like Tamagotchi life. It's still early, we really don't know a lot about it. It's not coming until March. And Nintendo's basically like, yeah, we don't really have the ability to advertise this game during the holiday season, so we're delaying until March. That's their excuse. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It definitely seems like it's very well made for the Japanese market. Whether or not it will take off here, that was another question. So.
Well, Street Passing took off pretty damn well.
Did it?
Oh god, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I'm fucking positive, man.
How many Street Passes do you get a day?
Depends on where I go. Some places I'll get like 10, 15.
Are you counting the Nintendo zones, though? Because that's kind of cheating.
No.
No.
Honestly, yeah, it depends on where I go. Like, if I go to like a Nintendo-themed event, like when I went to the Zelda Symphony, everybody brought their
You probably fucking can't stop getting...
Yeah. Or like when you go to...
When I go to conventions, when you go to conventions, you'll find it. But like when you're out, for me, when I'm out just riding around places, like going to like comic shop, like the retro game store, like Walmart, stuff like that, I'll have at least 10 by the end of the day. Like, people carry them around constantly here.
I mean, I could see it if you hit a Nintendo zone, but I'm surprised you get it just under like normal walking around.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, I bring my 3DS with me, like, everywhere. I mean, I don't go to that many exciting places, but, like, I'd be lucky if I get, like, 1 or 2 Street Passes a day, unless I go to McDonald's or something, and then I'll get, like, 6 because I get the Nintendo zone. But, I don't know, I mean, Street Passing is interesting, and it'd be interesting to see if they find a way to connect that all together. I mean, the other thing is...
And we have a lot of Nintendo fans here in town, though, so... That's a thing.
They also have a lot of Peaches. Maybe Peaches and
That's also
Street Passes.
true.
Yeah, I mean, they go hand in hand, Master Peach, as you are.
I want to Photoshop a picture of Master Chief now with his visor, but instead of the visor, it's just a peach.
Or just have, like, you have his visor, but then he has, like, 2 peaches for eyes. Yeah.
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something.
So anyways, along with the Miitomo announcement, Nintendo did announce My Nintendo/Nintendo account. Also coming, I think they said in March. So My Nintendo is the successor to Club Nintendo, where apparently you'll earn points for buying games and also playing games and going to places like the Nintendo theme parks or movie events or, whatever, that you can use to get physical or digital rewards. And Nintendo account is going to be like a unified account system that's going to enable cloud-based saves between mobile and home console units. So, all that is coming soon. I imagine most of the Nintendo account stuff is going to be linked to, like, the NX. But I imagine there's also probably going to be some, like, mobile functionality there for, like, Miitomo or whatever. So, it's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Moving on. Other news. First 100 Xbone games, first 100 backwards compatible Xbox 360 games for Xbone are going to be announced on November 9th, which is coming up very soon, just after this podcast releases, and just before the new update, which is supposed to come out next week. So, it's going to be really exciting. There's a couple things on my wish list that I hope are on that backwards compatibility list. I do really want Alan Wake. Halo Reach, I keep on hearing is worth playing.
You're wrong, but okay.
No. Not even for the campaign?
No, I hated it.
Nick?
I didn't play the campaign.
Okay, well. I don't know. I still want to try it anyways, so we'll see. And honestly, I do kind of want to try the Fable stuff too, but... We'll
Fable 1 and 2 is good.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Fable Anniversary Collection I think would be interesting. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Mirror's Edge delayed until May 2016. Did anyone really think it was going to come out in February?
Nope.
Yeah. Zero Escape 3 is now Zero Time Dilemma. And it's coming summer 2016.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Big fan of 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. So that should be fun. We already mentioned Outlast 2 is coming fall 2016. I just saw a trailer for this. I didn't really see much news. I don't know if you saw any news on it, Brandon. Yeah, I don't think they really said much. I guess this is probably going to be like a Halloween-esque release next year. From the Sony Paris conference, they did confirm Gravity Rush 2 is coming to North America. Apparently some people did not think it was going to. And then apparently the remake is going to be digital only. So, got that to look forward to. They announced a new Until Dawn. You excited, Brandon? Until Dawn? New one?
Is it a new one or is it just like a VR specific one?
It's Until Dawn Rush of Blood. Coming to the PlayStation VR.
Is it a DLC?
No, it's a separate game. It's not DLC to Until Dawn. It's something new. It looks like it will be horrible.
Of course.
But who knows? Maybe they will convince us with it. They did also announce too, and I don't think this is like too terribly surprising, but the PlayStation VR is going to come with like an external processing box for the PlayStation 4. Did you guys see this?
No, I did not.
I guess that was kind of biggish news this week too. It's going to come with an external processing box, which isn't really surprising if you think about it. Like I didn't really think about it before, but never like if you think about it, I don't think I expected to hook directly to the PlayStation 4. But yeah, there's going to be like an external processing box for it.
I'm not getting a VR anyway. They already fucked me with one platform. I'm not trying to get them to fuck me with another one.
I mean, maybe we'll have good games. Maybe we'll have first-party support for like 2 years. That'd be nice, right?
I mean, that's what they said about VR, and here I am.
It'll have all the indie games. There is some stuff though that like honestly, the stuff I'd be really excited for VR would be like horror games. Like if you can give me some like solid horror games.
Soma's supposed to be in VR.
Is it? That'd be awesome. Outlast, if they could make that work in VR, that'd be fucking incredible. Especially, like, imagine this. Like, what if they made it so you could use the move... Like, what if holding, like, the move controller up to your, like, head was, like, holding the camera up? Wouldn't that be fucking rad? Maybe, like, put it down and put it down? Yeah. That'd be crazy. Let's see. No Man's Sky. I'm sick of hearing about the game. Better get to hear about it for at least 7 more months. This is not coming out until June 2016. So,
I think it will be delayed.
It could be.
It probably will be.
There was, I guess, some recent allegations, rumors that the game's in like development hell, which wouldn't really surprise me. Like, the game is very ambitious, and I wonder if they. I think we've said this when they announced it too, but you kind of wonder if they bit off more than they could chew, because there's a lot going on there. So, but we'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Quantic Dream's next game has been announced. It's Detroit Become Human. It's the subtitle. Basically, you're like a AI droid of some sort. I don't know. And I mean, it's Quantic Dreams. They do interesting stuff like Heavy Rain. I think he said to David Cage, I think that's his name, said he wants to make it kind of like a story about the human experience. So if they can pull up the storytelling, it'd be good. I do like what they do, even if it doesn't always come off really well. It comes off like cheesily nice. So, new Titanfall game coming for mobile. I don't really read too much about this. Nick, I'm sure you can fill us in.
They just said it's a thing that's happening. Not exactly sure what it is yet. I don't know what a Titanfall game for like I would assume to be a cell phone would be. So yeah, they just know that there is definitely more Titanfall coming, and they definitely made a long-term franchise when they launched it.
It's probably a match 3
years
game.
ago. It's a what?
Match 3 game.
Yeah, probably for the N-Gage.
Taco, side taco. Our last piece of news I have here, WB's offering unconditional refunds for Arkham Knight for PC through the end of 2015. So, I know we talked about it on the podcast back in June, the game's a pile of shit, and apparently it's still a pile of shit, even though they've been updating it lately. And,
shit on PC, alright? Let's go ahead and clarify that. I think it's actually a pretty good game.
So, I mean, it's
outside PC. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah, the PC version they kind of drew off the ball with.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they did. But at least they're taking steps to make it right-ish, maybe?
Maybe.
I mean, it sucks for the people that only have PC to play on, though.
Oh, yeah, I have a few angry friends.
But, yeah, so that is that. Any other news you guys want to talk about?
I know of.
No, I don't know. No.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up?
I'm a race car. No, I can't think of
I was about to say, yeah, you sound like you're. First off, you shifted a bit early there.
Alright, well then. Thank you everyone for listening to us this week. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, on Stitcher.
We were lost.
Well, I do have an announcement to make in that regard. But you can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Stitcher, website doublegaming.com, we're on YouTube. And this isn't like live yet, but apparently Google Play, they're accepting applications for podcasts. We've been accepted. So once the podcast stuff goes live on Google Play, you will be able to get us on your Android phones now too, pretty easily. So there you go. You got that to look forward to. I don't think they've given like an official release like date yet. They're just kind of see what they can muster up. But they did say that they would let me know when it goes live. So I will let you guys know when it goes live too. So you got that. We have, what else is it? You can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on Twitter at GMECRUNCH. Brandon, do you have anything to send out on?
I sure don't.
Nick?
Like I posted last Sunday, I'm seriously gonna start streaming now. Undertale was my first game. If I'm not finished it by this coming Sunday, it will probably be me finishing it up then. If not, it will be some other game that I will decide when it comes to that time. I don't really have a set time. Usually around 3-4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I guess. So yeah, if you're on the East Coast around 3-4 o'clock, whatever that is for any other part of the country, I don't know. But my Twitch profile is in my Twitter, and usually when I go live, I will post it on the Facebook and my Twitter. So,
what's your Twitter?
What's my Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
What's my Twitter, you say? Mm-hmm. It's @themechanic, @TheMechanick. I always think I'm going to fuck that up when I do it, and I never do.
Well, I mean, half of it's your name, so I hope you would get that right.
I know, but like like when I get to the middle of the word mechanic, I'm like, MECHA. Yes, fuck yeah, I did it. But,
and Nick, we have to ask, what did we learn on the podcast this week?
We learned that 343 doesn't completely ruin Halo yet.
Well, I mean, the matchmaking works, right?
Yeah. We learned that teamwork is important in Zelda Triforce Heroes.
Yes, we did.
And for our third thing, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Love it. And that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. I am Clash of Penguin. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Video games.
I think I'm about to go take a nap. I'm way too tired.
You're always tired.
I know.
Alrighty.
Goodbye.
Guten Morgen.
See you guys next week.
Until next time.
We are the Order.
Whoa.
Bye, guys.
Bye.